Hey, hi everybody. Welcome. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening from anywhere you're watching us around the world. And welcome to today's video. And today we'll be looking at Ethereum, any way you want to pronounce it. So ETH, right? And what is ETH doing on the chart, right? The last time we analyzed ETH was around the 1,500 level. That was before the merge, and we said there's a high probability that the merge might be a sell the news event, and so it went. We went from a whooping 1,500 down to where we are now, about 1,336. We went low as low even as 1,311. And so today we'll be starting from the monthly time frame, and we have our chart, and Bitstamp is our data source, right? This is right from the inception from Ethereum around 2015, 2014. This is the best chart we can get on the monthly, as we can see, right? Paired against the EMA ribbons, as we can see, every single time we got into the EMA ribbons, we had a bear market. Anytime we went above, we had a very, very large bull market. So anytime we went above, if you bought, had a very, very large percentage. Anytime we went below, there's high likelihood, right? Uh, we went in a bear market, and we can see, right, this is when we went below down to 800, had a very huge rise, right, of 100%, and now we are going down. So on the monthly time frame, we can see not much data. Now if we go to 2 weeks, the 2 weeks gives us a very, very clear data about what's happening with Ethereum. As you can see, every single time went below, right? uh, it was in a bear market. Everything that went above these yellow lines, right? We're in a heavy bull market. Every time we began to go below, we're in a bear market. Every time we went above, bull market. Below, bear market. Above, bull market. So the moment we began to come into this region, we're in a very, very big bear market for Ethereum. As you can see, we continue to move down and down and down. And so we'll move down even to the 700 region, as everybody's calling, right? You can move down because according to this time frame, our next support is around the 702 on the 2 weeks chart. If we look at the 1 week chart, the 1 week chart begins to give us a clearer information as to what's happening as regards ETH, right? From past data, you can see that whenever we moved downwards, we touched the lower bounds of the uh, Bollinger Bands, right? We came into support, and then we moved back up every single time. That was a bear market. We came down, pushed to the resistance, and then we went back up every single time, every single bloody time, right? So we came down to resistance, and then we pushed back up. And so for this period, we're just turning, and we've not really gotten to any resistance. We're not at any resistance level. So we can see that we have a huge resistance level at about 955 on the chart. So we know that on the long run, we still have a very, very high likelihood that Ethereum is coming to the 900 region level, and that's where we want to start accumulating ETH. And 3 days time frame gives us a more clearer picture of what ETH is going to do on the shorter time frame. As you can see, we're really, really below the EMA ribbons, and every time we flipped downwards, we were in a bear market, right? Especially on the 3 days and on the weekly. And you can see same thing for Ethereum. Every time we go, we're being rejected by the ribbon, always being rejected, always being rejected, and we are still being rejected. So there's a high likelihood we have a rally to about 1,500, and then we get rejected again. If we move down to the daily, the Ethereum chart's quite clean, right? Just obeying, not like Bitcoin, not mercy as Bitcoin, but just obeying the laws of support and resistance. As you can see, the moment we successfully broke the 1,300 region, that signed a very, very huge, big problem for Ethereum. And so, except we can, right, get back these move above the 1,400 region, we are actually in dangerous times for Ethereum, right? So our next major support is around the $1,000 mark. So if we were rejected here, it's high likelihood we'll move into the $1,000 region. If we go down to 12 hours to give us a more uh, better understanding of what's happening, as you can see, we're still getting rejected, and we have huge resistance at this point of 1,300. We have huge resistance also at the 1,420 mark. So there's high likelihood we see explain further down what price action for it as regards what's happening recently. Same thing on the lower time frames, as you can see on the 6 hours time frames. Same thing even on the smaller time frames. But we can see the 1 hour, right? But the 1 hour, you can see a bullish momentum is beginning to form for it, but we have a huge resistance before it at the 1,300. If we move to the other chart, right? Now, this is another chart for the Ethereum on the weekly. As we can see, right now, this chart contains both the RSI, stochastic RSI, and the MACD. Now, if we look at Ethereum on the stochastic RSI and on the RSI, it's really looking pretty bad, pretty bad, right? Because you can see, right, still a lot of room for Ethereum to go down the weekly, right? You can see that even the stock RSI is already pointing it's really high, and so we need to come down before we can move up. So this is not a good place for accumulation. Our MACD also having a bearish divergence, so really bad for Ethereum. If we move over to our 3 days, our 3 days begin to give us very good data that very good and promising data, looking like we have some little upsides for Ethereum, probably over the weekend, have some fake move upwards, and before we continue downwards. As you can see, our stock RSI is really oversold, and so we need to correct a little before we go down. Same thing with our 3 days. Stock RSI is oversold, RSI is oversold. So probably through the weekend we could see some little upward price action for it before the dumping continues. But there's high likelihood if we're not at the lows, we still have a lot of downward price action for it, right? On 12 hours, you can see the correction is already happening to the upside, as you can see. This is a bullish divergence for it. So huge manipulation on these periods as regard these coins. Please be very careful. As you can see, we're getting conflicting informations in different time frames, so be very careful. Don't trade with huge leverage. There's a lot of manipulation in the market, right? Don't be checking out of the market. Cash is a position, right? When we have very attractive prices, you will need cash to come into the markets. So please do not overtrade this period. Go out and have some lovely time with your families, right? And so that you don't get chicken out of the market. As you can see, another more conflicting information both on the 4 hours time frame. As you can see, the RSI and the stock RSI and even the MACD telling us we might have some higher price what action. Same thing on the 1 hourly, 2 hourly, and all the other time frames. So as you can see, this week is very quite a lot of manipulation going on. As you can see, it's the weekend, the volumes are reducing. So please, weekend is not a time to trade. Don't continue looking at the charts. It's very nice that you just go out, have some good time with yourself and with your family and with everything that means a lot to you, and then just leave the charts for a minute, right? And then you can come back next week, because just a lot of manipulation going on in the charts. And so this is the price for Ethereum. So we're hoping for hopefully some little upside, right, for it, some little upside, maybe probably to the 1,400 region, right, before we correct back down. So thank you for watching. Please, if you like the video, please like, share, subscribe, share with your friends, right? Thank you, and God bless.